Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my fifth degree page or my light work ain't light work page, right? Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Instagram, right? Alright. Okay. I'm going to be doing this general reading really quickly. Not quite sure exactly what's going to come out, but we're going to see exactly what's going on out in the atmosphere. The decks is that I'm going to be utilizing today is the Kipper deck, as well as the Talk deck, along with the Hoodoo deck, along with the Chakra deck. Right. All right. So we're gonna see exactly how it is this works out. Okay, y'all. Hoping it's yeah, no, because what is given is how protection costs. The protection costs, protective costs. Protecting the investment is kind of something else that I'm kind of getting out of this. Huh. Now, and when you have, in short, when you have to downgrade in order to tap in, then you got to take a step down to tap in. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. This shit's about to get real good and interesting, y'all. 15. So we got lovers, Gemini essence. You see the turtle doves and the lovers being set in stone. Okay, this is giving like stonework, stone masonry. This is gonna be good and interesting, y'all. Mature woman. Okay, 22. Mature woman. Immaturity or not being mature, just being a woman. In the thoughts, not being a mature woman in the thoughts, not being old enough in the thoughts. Nah, cause I'm thinking like young shit. This, you know what this is giving? This is giving that a lot of the information we gonna get is gonna realistically come out of the topic. Yep. In the thoughts of a message of concern with the main meal. Okay, well, I want in the thought, I want would think that it's a message of concern. It's immature. It's not full grown. Not really thought out. How one would love the official person's emotional immaturity. I just heard something about playing the game in order to get what you want. Let me explain something to y'all right now. If you're playing games and you're an adult, that's gonna be a problem for you. That's gonna be a really huge problem because playing with somebody's like playing a fucking game. So order spirit, it ain't no game. To no capacity. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Tower moment is what that boils down to in regards to the official person and the magus walking away. And sure, the upheaval the shockingness and upheaval that comes when a manifestation magician has an abundance of an emotion and is walking away. August. Queen of Swords, upright essence. Ensure the directness and the directness and sustainability. I'm hearing the when I move, you move. Just like that, when I move, you move. Just like that, when I move, you move. Just like that, and within the whole clearing out aspect, how some people see clearing out as, yeah, how a person never gives you the opportunity to just exist. Everything, okay, that's coming from the heart chakra. Everything has to be something. One of the discussions it was I was having, I was talking about overthinking, or we were discussing overthinking, right? And within the overthinking is not about overthinking, it's about whether you didn't think enough, or it's only constituted as overthinking when you're not in the right perspective to think of what it is you're thinking about. I'm gonna keep that out. Yep, in the communication in regards to one looking inside oneself, and the judgment with waiting, with one coming in with clarity, with that fast moving essence, right? In regards to movement, how something shouldn't be a mess, how it shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't be a message of concern. Clutches pearls, how one starts to clutch pearls. Well, I do declare. Well, I declare. Southern. And how one would be working with a bunch of ungrateful people. That's just what I heard. Working with a whole bunch of ungrateful ass people in regards to recognition. Okay, so basically, whatever it is that would have gone on with this whole official person, and it not being a mature woman in the thoughts and the message of concern, but it being a main male, right? It's a tower moment, and who the official person is. Who the official person is that would have manifested one walking away in regards to re- recognition and being recognized, and it being one strength and being able to go on another day. Huh? It ain't what you. It's not ever what you think it's gonna be. It ain't what you think. It ain't what you think it's gonna be, right? Mm. And then it being about a lie in the African, in the hoodoo, it being about a lie. In one's directness, in the thoughts, within a message of concern, with this Queen of Swords. It being a lie, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's not clear. And how everybody can't do what, not because what I heard was everybody can't do what you do. within not healing. The Queen of Swords not healing or not being a healer. Oh goodness. And a lot, it's not about the immediate upheavals that come into place with one's independence. I'm hearing one shoe on, one shoe off. Okay. Then it says Dr. Buzzard. It not being a big, it not being an upheaval of injustices within one relieving the burdens within not healing and not giving a whole bunch of thought to one's directness. Directness or directives. Now, cause in the root of it is how a person would only pay attention to what they want to do. Like a person gonna do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Mm, I heard. Can you talk about what will be incoming, or talk about what will be incoming? The truth of the tower moment and the injustices with the burden of healing, vanity, vanity, and one not what it is to be vain. One of the songs it was that I was hearing is the whole "Is My Living in Vain" by Escape, and how one would escape that thought process so that they could go on another day because one would have made their living in vain. Gossip completion. How gossip would stop the gossip. There's a change, there's a difference that comes into place. Yeah, because this will be about the knowing more of what comes into place with the truth and at first glance the lies of an immediate upheaval of injustice. And what will come in is the truth of the the truth of the upheaval and what goes on in and outside of some different towers. Pay attention to the different towers and tower moments. Tower moments aren't necessarily always a bad thing. They're not always good either, though. But it's going to be about your perspective because tower moments is like the shakeup that's necessary to get to, in this regard, root of a situation, the root of the problem. In regards to the message of concern within movement or over the course of 6 days, and the communication on a global scale, not even necessarily only on the global aspect, but also it's going to be in the humanitarianism. And there being wisdom in one's heart. It's a wisdom that's associated with gossip. Gossip completion as the wisdom. And that being in the mysticism. What the true mysticism is that comes with release and the creation and the perseverance of a victim. That's what's behind it. What would be leading up to the mysticism. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Some of this stuff will be about how diseases manifests, manifest. And since I'm on it, 8 bags, 8 IVs, IV bags. That's gonna be talking about being dehydrated. What happens when you dehydrate a vampire? Take away the food source, the supply, and you don't get high on your own supply. It's kind of what I'm getting from this. 3 receptors. Yeah, some of it's gonna be about 3 shots and a rebirth of what will be hidden. Not be hidden, but what will be revealed. The rebirth of the reveal. Waiting for the rebirth of boundaries. You know what it is? Because this ship came in, right? Or it's not coming in, the ship is going away. When one is at the beginning of the wait, in regards to the world that would have been created and embarking upon. You know what this is giving? Yeah, it's giving the what would have gone on in the life of a person before they would have gotten involved in, whether it would have been like needing medical treatment, what it is that would have gone on in regards to before they would have constituted as an energy vampire, and or even before an empath. Highest level is going to be about empath because I did the alchemicalization portion. So it'll be highest level. It'll be about being an empath. This is a general reading, ladies and gentlemen. But before a person would have become an empath versus when they would have been in their what constitutes as energy vampire stages, and how unfortunately, right, the process is being similar but not the same. It's going to be about output that determines whether a person is an empath or a narcissist. Yeah, because whether we like it or not, when you're an empath, you take in a lot of essence, right? Empaths and healers, right, have a tendency to take all of the sickness portion out, identify it, and provide a healing mechanism for it. Whereas narcissists take all of the good out and then provide obstacles. So that's it. Now, because what I'm hearing is what obstacles does one face? Not being disappointed, the wisdom that'll come within, the message of concern and movement of one not being disappointed, and some shit that would have taken place in May. Nah, because it's giving that whole Maybach music. It's giving Maybach, but I'm thinking way back. What we're gonna do is take it back, all the way back. When you go on, let me explain something to y'all, right? Just because you want to take it all the way back to something doesn't necessarily mean that it will physically happen. You have to sit with y'all. Yeah, this, the hermit essence in this, y'all gonna have to sit with yourselves and figure this shit out in regards to what it is that would be projected in film, fashion, uh, psychic abilities, uh, illusions, delusions, standing, and what it is to stand on what's real and what would have really happened. The wisdom of knowing what really happened in regards to some different projections. That's that part. And then it being about a passionate new beginning. Okay? So ultimately what all this is boiling down to is it's gonna be the rebirthing of the boundaries with what it is that would be projected or put out into I heard the dead man's chest. That's about piracy. And Neptune, that'll be talking about like with Calypso. Hmm. And if a person would have the difference between a person being set free and just completing some stuff at their own will versus a person and doing it on a personal level versus doing it on a global spectrum. It's the oh no, so the romanticism that would have come into place with it is because it is a romance song, right? The In Case You Didn't Know, right, by Brett Young, right? But it'll be about just the title, the In Case You Didn't Know situation that'll come into place with it. Yeah, it's when I look further between the ages of 22 and 25. Yeah, that's the reason why them romance cards be coming out. You want to know something funny that I noticed, y'all? A lot of romance songs, right? A lot of romance songs typically have titles like this. So I hope that's helping you. I hope that helps y'all out. Nah, cause it'll be cause some people I heard how a person would get something wrong on purpose just to get something out of it. That's true. But that's also gonna be a word. It's in short, it's a word for it. And it will be dealing in regards to what it is that will be coursing through one's veins, the lymphatic system, what it was that would have taken place in May. Uh, no, and one not being disappointed with it being the emotional aspect. Okay, no, because this five of Grails is really calling out because it's one in the water, right? The face in the water, facing the water, facing the emotions that comes into place with wisdom, the wisdom of one's heart. Nah, it's the but you know my heart, but you know my heart. And when a person doesn't know, yeah, you wouldn't know a person's heart. So the overall essence of Marie Laveau Good Juju. Asase ya joy. And not wearing a mask. The joy that comes with one not wearing a mask. If you want to know what this is giving, it's giving Jim Carrey's The Mask, right? Damn, sorry. In the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey, right? The mask just gives him, it shows who you really are, right? In a situation. It makes people pay attention to the actions, and what is so stunning in regards to it is that the person, that his face is green. Now, the thing that comes into place with green, it has too many different meanings. Green can mean money, green can mean health, green can mean envy, right? So again, it's a vibrational situation that's going on. Within one not being betrayed, move it. I'm hearing portrayal. Alright, but you see, live out loud, within one being protected, in the alchemy of one not being sad with one's cosmic power. Part one. The other portion of this is if a person is praying to Allah, because it's going to look differently to every person. It'll definitely look different to every person. And I'll go ahead and just put this out here because I noticed that this was kind of coming up as a running thing, right? When you name association to make a person think about this person or that person, right? Yeah, nah, cuz it's one of those, but I didn't do anything to you. But it's one of those, yeah, it be one of those, but I didn't do anything, but you knew about it. One of the things it is, right, that came up in a situation is if you know you need a certain type of assistance with something, you can't lie about it. You got to tell the truth so that you could get it the right way so that karma don't come back and kick up in your ass later on. You can't lie about those things. And in short, this is the emotional aspect. And in the emotion, this woman, her is everywhere. As a blood is, yeah, within the whole blood aspect. Blood bound, being related, blood bound, related, relationships. And what happens when Pluto is retrograde in Pisces. Pluto is retrograde, but the moon is something that doesn't go retrograde. In short, it don't matter what else is retrograde, your emotions will stay the same. It'll just highlight. Yeah, that's what this giving. Some of the shit is just being highlighted. In short, you would know how a person feel about some shit. And when you see, now, because with that whole you know my heart, it's, what I'm getting from it is, yeah, a person may know your heart, but, and within knowing your heart, you'll get offended when someone says something about somebody else because you feel like it's a direct stab at you. Okay? And I just heard, and those who can't see beyond the veil, or who don't want to see beyond the veil. Well, if it's in a lot of cases when it benefits people, they typically don't want to see beyond the veil, unfortunately. Okay, so summarization, real quick. Okay, somebody fucked up. Somebody fucked up. Yeah, because it'll be about the perpetuation of a cycle. Perpetuation of cycle, perpetuations of cycles. Yeah, and like when you get information and you just want to do a background, the shock and awe of background, of a background, of an angel, nurse, teachers, lawyers, doctors. I'm saying angel, right? But is Sagittarius essence awareness, awareness and look. That comes with moving up the transcendental spiritual truths that come into place with one moving, with one creating a world of movement, creating a creating a world movement in a communication. The domination that comes into place with communication and setting oneself apart. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here with this whole hierophant. Right? When you're talking about transcendental spiritual truths of what it is to create a world, right? Every person has their own world, right? And when you create a world, it's really important for you not only to pay attention to the details, but also understand that your world may not coincide with the world of another person. Oh, that's a lot of noise. Is someone upset? Don't be upset. Because when you're within the creation of a world, right, you're reaching above the ceiling. And the butterfly effect. It'll be about the butterfly effect. One small change and one little thing, it impacts everyone everywhere. So just changing one little thing, it shifts everything. Okay? And when you apply wisdom and what you know, it means a whole lot more than when you apply what you think. It's not about what you think, it's about what you know. All right? Yeah, especially in regards to the angelic aspect that comes into place with being the transcendental spiritual truth that comes into place with being an angel. Being an angel, being aware, being lucky, and having higher knowing. Okay? So I'm hoping that helps you guys out just a little bit, gave you a tad bit of an inclination as to a few different things that will be going on. If you like to schedule your own personal touch of clarity with me, you are more than welcome to do so at lightwork@gmail.com. Okay? Because see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It's not light work. And that's why you have to stay light while you work.